Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. We're playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. Hill now from the gun. Pretty good start here for him. 6 yards on that opening play.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. This one left for Lamar. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. It's complete. Play made by Bateman. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Now a give. It's Chandler headed left. Runs around and he's got space. And they're going to bring him down just after he crossed. So it's a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. A good opening series has him across midfield now with a new set of downs. First down, here's Lamar. That'll be caught. Here's Ty Chandler. Good defensive effort here drives them back across midfield onto their own side. And goes to the hurry up here. Lamar now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. This is Cox. That's Walker. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. Give him 25 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Cut near the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
This one's set up for Lamar. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this, too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, second and goal. Hill. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up third and goal.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Jackson has it, third and goal. Flushed out of the pocket. And that is Cox, touchdown Baltimore. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. It is Tyler Luke now on for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Fielded at the 7. Things going well so far. And he's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Throwing right away here. Goff. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. And he is inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Stopped after a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up third down.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future. You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
All right, so they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive. 4th down, Goff throwing. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions finish up their opening drive. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Lions start off well to tie things 7-7.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Hill now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. at their own 19-yard line.
Quick, ready? Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Lamar off to play fake. And he puts some air under this one, right side. And his heave isn't going to be answered. That's incomplete as an exciting look ends our first quarter. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They start out 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Now Jackson off the play action. Throwing the out route complete. And he nearly gets him another first down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Lamar throwing again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
They'll try it left with Chandler. What a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up.
It's 4th down.
So 2nd and inches, they took their shot, Brock. They threw the football, as a lot of teams are going to do in that situation. But it backfires as the 3rd down run gets turned away.
You know what that effort creates, Kate? That creates that offensive coordinator never taking a shot again on 2nd and inches.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3.
Shut up! 180! What a shot!
He's on up here for Lamar. And he stops. The call to go for it from their own side backfires on him with a turnover on downs. And now some great field position.
Whether they were keyed on him expecting that run, or in case of a throw, it worked either way for the defense. When the QB broke for the line, they broke with them. And they drug him down short of the sticks.
And he's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. We made him 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. Roquan Smith, again an All-Pro last season, there for the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete to St. Brown. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a second quarter lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. He'll now to return it. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. They got to him early, and they laid a big hit on him.
Ravens take over a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Want to quit? Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Hits his running back. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Into the hands of Walker. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
So it looks like it'll be 2nd and maybe a yard as we come back, Brock, from our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now it's Lamar. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This is lofted deep down the middle. Well, they had a look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
4th down, it's Jackson. Pass brought in by Watson. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. How about 19 yards on 4th down, partner, and the call to go for it pays off. We've set it down from 37. Jackson's going to throw again. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
At the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Lobs this deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
It's 4th down.
Jackson's going to go on 4th. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, it's gone. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap here to go. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
So yardage lost and first down lost too with that grounding flag. This is second and long. Out of the shotgun, gone. He's going deep. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Goff now, third and long. Got his man, Thomas has it. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions will add to their lead at the end of the half. Bates now for the point after. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Fox now to kick this one away. Hill now to return it. And they won't really have any field position to speak of. Big mistake as he's out of bounds at his own 2.
At their own 2-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. First and 10. Backed up in the end zone. Jackson. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he's going to get this up to right around that 13-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Lamar off the play fake. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Play action now with Jackson. It's cut right side by Watson. And he's going to get him all the way up near that 30-yard line, Brock. Knocked out a step or 2 shy of it. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A designed run. Jackson keeping it. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. Keeps it moving. To the 25. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens making a one-score game before halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown.
You saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen. And they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
Ravens 14.
Wow, down by just a score, a lot of game to go. But look here, it's an onside try. And no luck, the Lions there to recover. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Return starts at the 3. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Now Ryan Lyons just about ready. First and 10. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
120.
From the gun, Goff. I know it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Goff on third. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They've got first down here from the 36.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Enough to Gibbs from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
180. Maverick roll.
Goff. Has a man downfield. It's Laporta. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He just gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Lions have a first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play. Working to identify who it was. And, yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Hold on. Check. 20.
Up to the air now. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how. I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Goff now on third down. In trouble now, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Ravens. Has room down the left sideline. 30 at the 20. And Baltimore finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on the football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, a whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Orange. Hey, 5. Go, 12. Go. Hey, Shell. Turbo.
Looking to throw. Gone. And that one falls incomplete. Oh, would have been a great catch. Still was a great effort. That brings up 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of the main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
On 2nd and 10. Gone. Short pass brought in. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, able to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and incomplete.
Williams coming in motion right. Looking to throw. That one complete to St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Offense getting set. Here's first and 10.
First down. First and 10.
Gibbs now from the gun. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 42-yard line.
What? 180!
Goff back to throw. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. And they're going to be set up with a first and goal here from the 7.
That's good for a Lions first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's all knotted up at 21, partner. Still plenty of scoring here as we try to decide our winner. Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up first and goal. From the red zone now. Brought in. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Goff. Another one caught by St. Brown. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Throwing again. Here's Goff. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
DC!
Throwing again, it's Goff. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. 40. Hits the 20. He brings this one back. Touchdown, Baltimore off the pick 6. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick 6.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Goff trying again here after the pick. This is a heater going deep. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. Second down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
He's knocking away again, and a couple of good reps in coverage have brought up third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Downfield, and Tislau has it. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions now trail by just a point in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. And he didn't strike that one true, Brock. It came down short of the landing zone he had to reach, so give them the football up at the 40.
On one, ready? Tonight! Tonight! Yo, yo! Rush in! Hey, Ozzy! Tonight!
First down, here's Lamar. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Play action, here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. Jackson slides in safely after picking up enough of that first down.
A gain of 19 yards. That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Now the shotgun give to Chandler. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
It's not! Hey, report! Report! What is it? What is it?
Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Into the end zone, but not brought in. It falls incomplete. And will bring up third down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
This one left for Lamar. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens going for the win here. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here he is to throw. Oh, the ball is loose. And the Lions have recovered it.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
He'll look to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fits it through the middle. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it. That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Setting up to pass. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Looking to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. All set to go now from the 35. Gonna throw again. Goff. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Now the Lions calling a timeout. Their first. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play. Working to identify who it was. And yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Throwing now. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. So everything comes down to this from Jake Bates. And a timeout's called. We'll have likely just a final play. Only 6 seconds remaining in this one. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. That one is good! And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Hill now to return it. And he's brought down Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Lions get the win on the road. Well, Brock, we both